Well, it's important equally to other things, right? If you ask entrepreneurs, what are some of the biggest challenges, they face beyond the doubt of actually, succeeding or failing. The number one oftentimes mentioned is funding. Yeah? But the number two, or actually equally to number one mentioned, is having access to any kind of expertise, which often takes the form of a mentor that is a more seasoned individual or entrepreneur himself or herself that help the company go through these first steps. There's a bit of a ripple effect, right? I mean, it's not just by creating a European platform that is going to create, companies in a local country. We believe it fills a gap, between the local, mentoring associations by connecting them and serve somehow as an accelerator, for the local mentoring associations in allowing them to find the perfect match between the mentors and what we call the mentees, in this particular case, the entrepreneurs. Well, there's a lot of knowledge, of course, in each one of the mentors individually, right? But the experience that they gain or they acquire by going through the mentoring process with a given organization ought to be shared. You go through the same challenges, the same process, the same questions, the same difficulties. If you were able to share that experience, interrogate your peers, mentors themselves, and how they've addressed or come across the same situation or challenges, all of a sudden you become much more relevant to the local mentee you're trying to support. It's hard to predict. I mean, we don't do predictions. I think there's enough, to do now. I think we ought to realize that, of course, everything now gets connected. Borders become, irrelevant, even though a lot of the activities economically happens locally. And that's a given, and that's not going to go away just like this. And the reason for not making too far away predictions. But in the near term, I think creating a platform like this leverages the connectivity that is available, whether through social media, social network, or just the general connectivity available today that makes people working seamlessly across borders. We believe that adding this extra layer of connectivity, in a sense, connection of expertise, connection of skills, would allow us to, I guess, accelerate some of the developments that we've seen, so far in mentoring and mentorship.